The first thing that we did for all of our different amounts of butter is that we boiled the water for it to reach 100 degrees Celsius. While the water was boiling, we measured the amount of butter that we're going to use for each trial. After the water was done boiling and the butter was measured for that specific trial, a metal spoon was placed in a glass bowl and the butter was placed on top of the spoon. The boiling water was then poured into the bowl with the spoon. A stopwatch was then started to see how much time it took for the butter to melt. The heat in the water started to travel through the metal spoon, and slowly the heat traveled all the way to the top of the spoon. Time was then recorded in data to see how much time it took for the butter to completely melt.
Now that we have the results of our experiments, we need to explain what they mean. First of all, we need to understand that the standard deviation is how far apart the data samples are from each other. For example, on measurement 1, the mean of the results was 5 minutes and 32 seconds. Then, the standard deviation is 0.0051, meaning that they are relatively close to each other. Now that we go to measurement 2, the mean of the results is 8 minutes and 50 seconds. The standard deviation is 0.0035, meaning that they are closer from each other than on measurement 1, since the number is smaller. When we go to measurement 3, however, we notice that the standard deviation is 0.0066, meaning that the data samples are farther apart from each other than in measurements 1 and 2. After getting all the standard deviations, we find that the average standard deviation is 0.0050, meaning that relatively each data sample is close from each other. On the small table, we can see that for each measurement, the mean of the result increases as there are more grams of butter. For example, in our scatter plot, we see that progressively through 1 gram and 2 grams, 3 grams, 4 and 5 grams of butter, the time it takes for it to completely melt off the spoon increases. Our interpretation of the scatter plot can be that the more butter that there is in the spoon, the more time it will take for the butter to melt off.